Hi, this is Laura Reus, coming from Valenciana Association of Construction Companies, FEVEC, in Spain, and we're presenting the process of designing training packs for SMEs inside the project BUS-GoCircular. The aim was to create attractive programs and methodologies for SMEs that covers the current existing gap about circular construction that have been detected before in this project. These packs try to upskill the workers and stimulate the market demand. We will call here the fundamental training packs for SMEs. For this, a guide has been designed that is in this website, and you can download it to know more about the fundamental training packs. Here we will show you a summary of all this guide. Inside the guide and inside this presentation, we will provide you with the contents, methodologies, timing and evaluation that is considered appropriate to put inside these fundamental training packs to achieve the global knowledge on circularity in the construction. So the result, analyzing all of that, will be the training plans examples that enable each country and SME to create national training packs adapted to the national needs, because they will be created in modules that can be trained separately. The contents that will be inside these fundamental training packs for sure are circular construction skills based on the qualification framework that have been developed in BUS-GoCircular. This framework covers the gaps existing in skills and knowledge founded in the construction sector about circular economy and is based on the key elements of circular economy. To develop these training packs, we have analyzed training methodologies and the professional profiles in the construction sector to find the better match between them. So for choose the training methodologies that are ideal for these packs, this will depend on the professional profiles that we want to address, for sure, the skills to train, the time and investment requirements for that SME, and the free access material found online and in platforms. This free access material is interesting because this will allow us to create low-cost packs, or at least with less investment than if we have to create new material. We have found interesting to prioritize the knowledge by case studies. This is more interesting for SMEs on site, and also the digital short training materials due to the requirements of SME time, the asynchronous methods possibility, also because it's less investment and it's ideal for initial skills levels. But in some practical professions, it's almost impossible to avoid to teach practical skills. So this will be based in workshops and product demonstration. The product demonstrations are interesting because in exchange for advertising their circular materials in the pack, you can get free demonstration of these products and some presentations that are interesting for the SMEs and for installing this concrete product, a specific product. So here we have all the learning methods we have considered in the designing of these packs. We have combined different learning methods, as you can see, from digital to face-to-face and hybrid. So in the digital part, we have the micro-learning online courses and the information pills. We call information pills training methodologies that are based on format video or visual presentation, but that are very short, like 3-5 minutes last, and will be self-lead, and you have like some initial information and it's shown by a case study. Then we have in face-to-face methods. For example, we have all the workshops. We have one workshop that is practical, another that is more about a contest in the SME. We have visits, and we have short demonstration of circular products or materials. These, for all these face-to-face methodologies, have been created methodologies of these workshops. Also, we have hybrid learning methods that are the combination of the digital and face-to-face that we have said before. For example, we have information pills based in videos, plus a discussion with an expert to corroborate all the things that you have seen in these videos, to solve doubts, to have some quizzes. Also, we have trivia quizzes after implementing the digital packs, or we have some SMEs mentors to corroborate also this information with something that is more experienced than you. All these methods has been analyzed and classified depending on the format, the duration, the cost, the profile that it's ideal, etc. So also we have analyzed the profiles that are included in the construction sector, and we have divided in SMEs that are inside this process. We have divided these SMEs according to their participation in the 5 main stages in which a construction project is developed, and it's also divided into white and blue collar profiles because of the difference. It's intrinsic difference of these profiles. Some profiles of blue collars normally are more practical. They need more practical skills than white collar, for example. And white collar sometimes they are in all the main stages, in all the 5 main stages, and they need like a cross-craft information, more global vision of all the process, for example. So finally, 4 training plans have been designed depending on the profiles and the skills needed that we have analyzed before. The first one is called Starting Circularity, and it's more focused in the stages of plan and procure, and it's for white collar profiles. These provide more basic white information about all the circularity along these stages. Also, we have the training plan 2 and the training plan 3 that is more for blue collar profiles, because are packs that are more practical and are focused in the stages of construct, and in the case of installation also construct and operate. And finally, we have the training plan 4 that it's advancing circularity. It covers all the stages except construct and operate, and it's for white collar and blue collar in some cases, and there are more detailed modules. These packs can be also be divided in shorter duration, selecting the required modules to train separately. And there is a module that is at the start of each pack that is called the Introduction to Circular Economy in Construction, and this is an essential module to develop in all the packs because it's needed to acquire a shared basic level of knowledge between all the sector. For example, to have a common understanding of the terminology or the main concepts. As you can see here, this is divided for the profiles that it's ideal, these packs, based on the SMEs we have analyzed before. For each training plan, there are some learning methods that are more ideal than others. For example, in Starting Circularity, due to its intrinsic characteristics of entry-level content and less practical profile, has been included more digital methodologies. Also makes this pack more economical. But on the other side, in installation and construction works, we will combine digital and face-to-face methodologies because we have the need to implement workshops and product demonstration more than in the module of Starting Circularity, but we have to combine with some global content of the main strategy of circularity. So for this pack, for sure, more investment will be needed to implement these workshops. Finally, in Advancing Circularity, have been included hybrid methodologies because it's are more ideal for the specific knowledge. For this specific knowledge, we need a tutor that will go deeper in the concepts. This will be a variable investment depending on the tutor and the activities you will realize in this module. But always in all the modules, in all the packs, we propose to do visits to a case study when you finalize the module. This is very important to corroborate the knowledge that you have seen in videos, but in real life. For the evaluation, we have proposed a qualitative approach, not quantitative, because it is not in relation with certification. We don't need numbers, we need the people to want to learn about it. But to have this qualitative approach in digital trainings, as we said before, we will try that the modules will end with a visit to a building with a detective game. This makes possible to evaluate the participants orally, not not with numbers, but with the acquired knowledge or not. The detective game will consist in you go to the visit, you have a tour of the building, and then we will propose some questions about the model you have implemented before in the digital training, and you have to answer and to discover where in the building is this the specific solution or the circular material, and explain why, or take a photo, working by groups, etc. In the practical and competition workshops, the evaluation will be continuous. That is that the tutor will give some initial inputs, will show you how to implement this construction technique. Then by groups you have to do this construction technique, and then will be a final group sharing, and the tutor will evaluate and reinforce the knowledge that some groups don't acquire or yes. This is possible because there is a tutor in a face-to-face format. Also, we recommend to consider the evaluation with gamification, also giving some achievement insignia rewards, or maybe publish the ranking in the company news, a page on the Instagram profile, or even include serious games methodologies like trivia type questions.